It's no surprise to you as you watch this on either a tablet or a phone or a laptop or a PC that most of us are online. With that in mind, it's no surprise that so many couples meet online these days. And you'll find if you know somebody who's met their partner online, they will be very quick to tell you, you should try it too. The trouble with internet dating is it's a little bit like excessive cosmetic surgery in that for some people it definitely works. For other people, it turns them into a freak. And I don't like to brag, guys, but I am a freak magnet. Oh, yes. Now, some of you might remember that in my Valentine's video a couple of weeks ago, I said I had some dating site horror stories that one day I would tell you. Well, buckle up, people, because today is that day. It all started several years ago when I had just come out of a relationship. So I was needing something to make me feel better. And I thought, I know, I'll join a dating site. Shortly after joining a dating site, I met a very seemingly nice guy from Bonnie, Scotland. And after a few weeks of messaging and having exchanged mobile numbers, he asked me, would you like to take this offline and go on a date in real life? I said yes. Even though I was fairly freshly single and it maybe with hindsight wasn't my best idea to go on a date yet, I thought, yeah, let's get back on that horse and ride it. Probably need to stop doing this. Anyway, we went on a lunch date. Now, without being cruel, there wasn't any chemistry there. I didn't feel fireworks going off. I wasn't thinking, wow, this is the one. But I wanted to be polite, so at the end of the lunch, I thanked him for a really nice time and went to give him a hug. And he did this. Yeah, I'm kind of funny about people touching personal parts of me without my consent. So that didn't go down very well, and I made a hasty exit at that point. Now, if it had just ended there, that would be one thing. But it didn't. Because he texted me later that evening and asked when we were going out again. And I decided to be honest and say, look, for me, something wasn't there. It was really nice to meet you. I hope we can still be friends. And he texted back, no, I don't think so. We are going to be together, you just obviously don't realise it yet because you're living in the past and you're still all obsessive about your ex, but I am the one that you're meant to be with. Now, I'm not going to lie, that freaked me out just a bit. Because even though rationally, deep down, he might have meant it like, look, maybe just give it some time, get over your ex a little bit, and maybe we should try this again. All I could think was that what he was actually saying was, I'm going to kill you and wear your skin as a dress. For weeks afterwards, he sent me texts asking if I was over it yet. Had I gotten over myself? Was I ready to be with him yet? Now, you may be asking, why didn't I block his number? But this was several years ago. I had a phone on which I didn't know how to do that. And I figured if I deleted his number and then he texted me, I was just going to have to go through the whole thing of being like, who is this? Oh God, it's him. So I kept him in my phone book thinking that at least if his name came up, I would be able to instantly delete the message and he'd get the hint. Eventually, I got a brand new phone and decided to change my number. Now, that is where the story should have ended. But no, being a bear of little brain, when I got my brand new phone, I decided to send one of those texts to everybody in my phone book being like, hey, it's Emma, I've got a new phone, this is the new number. Yeah, I forgot he was still in my phone book. So several months after our date, I had a text that went, oh, I see you finally come to your senses then, lassie. Luckily for you, I'm prepared to give you another try. Yeah. Now I ignored that message, and that was the last I heard. Or at least I thought it would be. Because you see, about 6 months later, I went on a family day trip with my parents. And whilst I was on that day trip, I noticed there was a guy holding hands with a girl, giving me a weird look. It had been a long time. I didn't recognise this guy. I just thought, wow, weirdo, stop staring at me, God. I thought nothing more of it until I got home and received a text that just said, "Well, this is awkward, isn't it? Yes, it was me with my girlfriend you walked past earlier. This ship has sailed. You missed your chance." I'm so sorry I let a treasure like you go. And that is where you would think the story does end. But no, because several months later, I received another message that said this. "I've just done the biggest poo I have ever seen. Would you like me to send you a photo of it?" And at that point, I blocked him everywhere. I don't want to see your poo. Now, after all of that, you might think that I would decide dating sites are not for me. Oh no. However, all of my friends who had met their partners on dating sites were continuing to be like, "Go on, get back in the game, find a different site, you'll find the one." So I joined another dating site. This time I met a guy who lived in London. Now, I am not averse to long distance relationships. My last relationship was long distance, so it was fine. So I got chatting to him and we got to know each other. And whilst I wasn't feeling like a big for him, I thought, he seems like a nice guy. We'll just get on as friends. Or so I thought. He responded with, "I think it's best that we don't speak to each other anymore either, but I will need you to give me your address so I can send you the portrait I've painted of you. I want you to paint me like one of your French girls." And I'd like to say that that's where my experience with dating sites ends, but no! Because I still had these friends who met on dating sites being like, "You've just used the wrong one! Try another one! There's plenty of fish in the sea." So I went on Plenty of Fish. The thing is, some people meet genuinely nice people on dating sites. I've met people on dating sites who are lovely, some of whom I'm still in touch with in a friendly capacity. But so often, when you join a dating site, you get a message in your inbox that's just a picture of a penis. I don't know about you, but unsolicited genitalia is not what I signed up for. Then there's the ones who contact you and clearly have never spoken to a woman in their entire life. For example, the guy who sent me the following message. "I'm not going to lie to you, mate, you're probably just a 5 out of 10 if I'm honest, but you know, after a few drinks I probably won't care. I'll probably give you one anyway. So, you up for it?" I would rather be slowly dropped into a big vat of piranha fish and let them eat my face. Which brings me to the current day. All over Christmas, my entire family told me, "You've got to join Tinder. That's where everyone is now. They don't use these dating sites anymore. They have the mobile app right there in their pocket." And so, after an enormous amount of peer pressure, I joined Tinder. When I found somebody whose bio said, "I'm not looking for just one thing. I want a nice girl that I can actually settle down with and have a relationship with," I thought, great. So I messaged him and was like, "Oh, hey, hi, how are you? My name's Emma. What are you up to today?" He messaged back and was like, "So what are you looking for in a guy?" And I was like, "I'm just looking for somebody nice who I can hang out with, have a bit of fun with, but, you know, eventually maybe have a proper relationship. No pressure." And he sent back, "Nah, babe, I'm a bad boy, innit?" What the hell? So yeah, I've kind of given up on the whole online dating thing, and before any of my single friends who may be watching this, whilst they're all snuggled up with their person that they met online, tell me, "Oh no, Emma, you just haven't used the right site," shut up. Leave me alone. I listened to your advice. It did not bring me anything good. I'm clearly going to die alone, but you know, I'll make a video about it. It'll be great. If you met your partner on a dating site, well done! You have succeeded where I have very, very, very much failed. And if you're watching this and you're on a dating site, don't let me put you off. Blimey, I just attract the wrong kind of weird. And I'm attracted to weird, just not that weird. And if you have your very own dating site horror stories, please tell me them down in the comments so I don't feel so crushingly alone. Until next time, if you would like to subscribe for more of this, please feel free to click my floaty head. And please, if you do subscribe, click the little bell icon so you get notified. Last week's video is over here, and until next week, I hope you all have a lovely time and don't encounter anybody who wants to send you pictures of their poo. Bye!